What's up, guys? Your boy, 20K13. Gonna do 4 up and 4 down from last night WWE SmackDown, August 7th. And this comes from WhatCulture.com. The road to SummerSlam continues this week on SmackDown with 2 matches being set up while a lot of familiar faces missed the show because they were part of WWE Tour of Australia. Once again, the biggest positive about SmackDown was that they had 3 matches that received over 10 minutes of in-ring time. There were only 5 matches on the show, so those 3 bouts were able to stand out more. Most WWE performers are generally pretty good in the ring, and if you give them time, they will usually deliver a quality match. Makes sense, right? Wrestling can be so simple sometimes. Another thing about SmackDown that I like is that they don't have a lot backstage segment, and there usually isn't an authority figure around either. It's a simple wrestling show, but that also makes it seem inferior to Raw, which it clearly is. Here's a quick result for the 5 matches that took place on SmackDown this week. Mark Henry and primetime player defeat The New Day when Henry pinned Kingston. Charlotte defeat Naomi by disqualification when Sasha Banks interfered. Naomi and Sasha Banks defeat Charlotte and Becky Lynch when Naomi pinned Charlotte. Stardust defeat Zack Ryder in a short match. Roman Reigns and Rusev after Lana attacked Summer Rae outside the ring to prevent Summer from helping Rusev. Here are the ups and downs from this week's SmackDown. Down. Number 4. The Diva Tag Team match had a really bad ending. I'm not sure what happened at the end of that Diva Tag match, but it's definitely a down just because it looked so sloppy. Banks was working over Lynch, who managed to get free and make the hot tag to Charlotte. Charlotte was on fire and hit a spear on Banks. Naomi broke up the pin. Banks rolled out of the ring. Naomi got a near fall, then slammed Charlotte's head down, and they had a cradle reversal sequence that ended with Naomi on top. There was no tag, and it didn't even look like they tried to make a tag. Why would WWE book a finish that poorly? This show is edited. They should have done it again or come up with some better excuse as to why it happened. I don't know if the girl grew up somewhere, like maybe Naomi was supposed to do a blind tag, or if it was done to make the ref, Mike Chikota, look like a fool. Whatever the reason, it was an ending that makes you scratch your head wondering what WWE was thinking with that one. The match was great otherwise, and it will be covered in the up section, but it's hard to ignore how poor that finish was. Number 3. The New Day losing to Mark Henry and primetime player. It seemed like nearly every week the New Day would get a win on one show and then lose on the next show. They were winners in the 8-man tag on Raw, but then they did the job to the primetime players and Mark Henry on SmackDown. Why does Henry need to get a win anyway? He's 44 years old and probably won't ever get a push again. With all due respect to him, he lost to Rusev in a few minutes on Raw and was made to look like a complete fool. WWE needs to value the New Day more than they currently do. They are such a fun act that continue to find ways to entertain, yet the even-Steven style of booking will hurt them in the long run. There is no specific direction for the tag team division right now. WWE put these teams in matches. They trade win and then expect the fans to care when they have a title match. If you want us to care, use your best team, the New Day, better because they should be the first priority. This isn't the first time I complain about the New Day being booked poorly, and it probably won't be the last time either. Number 2. Repetitive booking scenario. This week's SmackDown featured 2 of the most repeated formulas that WWE uses when booking their shows. The opening promo and the singles match end due to interference leading to a tag match. Why can't WWE start a show without a promo at the beginning of the broadcast? It's as if the audience are idiots and the only way for them to understand what's coming is if somebody talks about it beforehand. It will be so refreshing to see the show starting. The ring announcer is ready and a match begins. The other repetitive thing was the finish in the Diva Tag match. Charlotte wrestled Naomi in a single match. It went about 2 minutes before Sasha Banks interfered, causing the disqualification finish while also setting up a Diva Tag match right there. They did this to kill time. I just hate that finish and setup. By the way, WWE must be really down on Tamina as a worker because she almost never wrestles on television anymore. Number 1. The lack of star power really hurt this week. Here are just some of the top names who are in key SummerSlam matches that won on this week's SmackDown. Brock Lesnar, The Undertaker, Seth Rollins, John Cena, Dean Ambrose, Randy Orton, Ryback, The Miz, Cesaro, and Kevin Owens, just to name a few. Some of them are never on SmackDown, some are injured, and several of them were flying to Australia for shows over there. I just think if you want to make SmackDown more of a priority, then you need bigger names to try to help the show seem more important. By having such a limited roster, it hurts the quality of SmackDown. Some weeks they can get by and have a very entertaining show from top to bottom, when they can have Rollins wrestling mid-carders in great matches. This week just felt like nothing special since some other matches were repeat and just didn't have enough interesting moments that people will remember after it was over. The number 4, Stardust is creepy and weird in a good way. There are a lot of WWE fans that want Cody Rhodes to dump the Stardust and go back to the Rhodes name. I thought that way after his dad Dusty died 2 months ago, but as the weeks have gone by, he really impressed me by what he done with the character. Stardust won a short match over Zack Ryder, and doing it, he really played up on the uniqueness of his character. Stardust is a mystery to a lot of people because it's hard to know what he is doing or thinking most of the time. The reason Stardust works is because he's completely different from everybody else. It worked for his brother Goldust almost 20 years ago too. While Goldust wasn't a main eventer, nobody will ever forget him. Yes, I know that's his catchphrase, and perhaps Stardust could end up having that same kind of run in his career as well. I like his promo after the match where he taunted Stephen Amell of the TV show Arrow, who is on Raw next Monday. I'm not a comic book fan and I don't watch Amell's show, but even I'm interested in seeing what might happen. Number 3. 2 new SummerSlam matches announced. It's so rare for there to be newsworthy items on SmackDown that when they do things like announcing 2 SummerSlam matches on the same show, it tends to catch me surprised. In the show opening promo that I complained about earlier, Roman Reigns did an okay job talking about his issue with the Wyatt family. Then he issued a challenge for SummerSlam with him and Dean Ambrose taking on Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. At the end of the show, Wyatt accepts the challenge and the match is on. Also during SmackDown, Big Show was in a backstage segment where he mentioned his SummerSlam match, which is an IC title match against champion Ryback and The Miz. That match was originally set for Battleground, but Ryback was out with a staph infection. If WWE continue to do stuff like this where they make announcements for pay-per-view matches, and it will go a long way in making fans think that maybe SmackDown is important after all. Number 2, an excellent Divas tag match. Girls just want to have fun, and they also would like longer matches. So that's what they've been getting since this Diva Revolution took place in the last month. The Divas were involved in 3 segments and a Raw this week. That's pretty rare. It started with that Charlotte-Naomi singles match that ended with Sasha Banks interfered to cause the disqualification. That led to the tag match with Banks and Naomi against Charlotte and Lynch. There was no Paige at ringside because she was in Orlando feeling tough enough. The match was about 15 minutes in length. which is one of the longest women's tag matches in WWE history. I just figured it had to be one of the longest because it's been so rare for them to get a lot of time. They worked a long-form tag match where the face team of Charlotte and Lynch were in prevail for much of it, and then the heels managed to win in part thanks to Tamina being at ringside to provide a number advantage. Despite that awkward finish, it was a great wrestling match that showed once again that the women can deliver the good when they are given the opportunity to do so. And number one, Reigns and Rusev show that WWE future is bright. There have been several Roman Reigns vs. Rusev matches in the last few months, since not all the top guys work SmackDown. They go to this match every month or so because they are stars of the future that have great chemistry. This match was very good just like the others they have had. Rusev's offense looked crisp and he athletic guy for a man his size. He has improved so much in the last 2 years. It followed the typical formula of a big match where the heel Rusev were in control for much of it. Then Reigns hit a Superman punch, and when Summer Rae thought about interfering, Lana showed up to stop that. Lana took down Summer, and the two women in their short skirts managed to pop the crowd because, well, look at how hot they are. Lana nailed a slap and left. That set the match up for the hot finish with Rusev getting furious out about a near fall after a super kick. Reigns came back with the spear to get the win in a match that went about 15 minutes. Reigns winning clean is no surprise since he wins so much, and if he ever loses, it won't be clean. Well, that's it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys on the next one. Peace.